How come most of the incumbents in Hawaii, while harming so many, didn't have it tough enough for such a long time to be reelected? So I've started to wonder, could it be also because there is a dishonest election system in Hawaii? Wow. Yes, that's it. And totally unacceptable. How do I find out by ballot counted?
No, so that wouldn't be linked to your name. The ballot itself has no personal identifying information.
Transparent elections in America are supposed to be norm, and this is part of the norm that we can ask for those cast vote records.
If it were me and I worked here, I would be very, very irritated with the person who put me in this position to be in front of the cameras. So maybe if I were an employee, I would take that to Scott Nago and I would say, you know, I felt very uncomfortable today. I had no idea about this information, but he's received plenty of emails. The emails have all been sent.
And he's hiding.
That we have to be forced to come in, and we still get nothing.
So we just did our civic duty today. We just came to the Office of Election and asked for something which is lawfully ours, which is the cast vote records, and we were kind of rejected softly, but probably for sure. And you know, we are here also right after the primary, so we can warn the public that, you know, if we don't get this for the primary, obviously we won't be able to get it for the general, and you know, the shenanigans will go on. You know, we are asking for honest elections, and you know, for honest elections to be honest has to be transparency. There's a lack of good faith response when we delivered the request for this cast vote records week ago, and nothing happened yet. But you know, we have the second step, which is the notice. Okay. So we need the same. If you can, I mean, is Mr. Nago available today?
He is not, but what did you need from me? You need to...
Again, we will give him this notice. Do you have access to Hawaii Election Commission? It on a CC.
Okay, so you just need me to accept this document.
Accept this document, timestamp it again, and please, and the copy, if you can forward to the Hawaii Election Commission, because they need to be informed as well. This was
Well, who did you send it
directly to Scott Nago. So I mean, did you give it to him?
Right, it's sent to our office, our general office. Beyond that, I don't know.
Okay, so
Just your general office.
If you have further questions, you can put it into writing and we can respond accordingly.
That's what we do.
But
we
all
do.
we are able to
Every
do
week.
is accept the document from you, and we timestamped it acknowledging receipt. So if you have any further questions, you
But
can put it
you
in
are the
writing.
front line here, so I mean, obviously we go after who might be in charge of the honesty of this election. So I mean, we are representing just concerned registered voters. So you are in the position, so we have to communicate to your boss, because obviously the boss of everything here are we, the people. You know, you have to be, you know, proactive.
I understand. We're not.
You understand? Okay,
We're
good.
not choosing not to answer the questions. We're just letting you know that if you want answers to these questions, you can put them into writing.
Well, I'm going to
Sure.
tell you right now that that's a lie, because it has been put into writing, and we have sent emails, and we've gotten literally nothing back. So I hear what you're saying, but I want you to be aware that what you're saying is a lie. And you should be careful with that. It is.
This is it in the writing from a week ago. So what else can we do?
Speak to Scott Nago. Speak to him. Have a talk with him. Let him know we are not letting up on this. It's so simple that to me, it's like, to me, it just shows guilt. When you don't show up, when you don't respond, when you hide, when you run away, when you do deflection, when you lack transparency, you are guilty. He looks guilty and so do you. You're saying I will get a response?
Yes.
Promise? Okay. I'm gonna hold you guys to that then. And within a week.
So this is our second time here at the Office of Election. Scott Nago was supposedly here last week, but he wasn't available. Today we were told that he is not here. Again, Scott Nago is the Chief Election Officer. This is the headquarters for the entire state.
So we need all of you, the entire community across the counties, across the islands, to email, to make the calls to the Elections Commission. And please just contact myself, contact Emil. Think about how many other areas that they're failing at with no accountability, no transparency. This is where you all come in, and then this is where we need you guys here today.
And this cast vote record is absolutely essential because it shows timestamped sequence of every single ballot casted and counted, and that's what we want. It's simple spreadsheet. We can analyze it, we can find out exactly how many votes are there per precinct, and you, the people, can start trust again in this election process in Hawaii.
A meeting of the Hawaii Elections Commission since the primary last month.
Our Annalisa Burgos was there and has the passionate testimony.
About a dozen people showed up at the state elections office here, hoping to air their grievances in person to commissioners, but were disappointed. And they say it's another reason why they don't trust the voting process. Most don't trust computers or mail ballots and want to go back to in-person voting. Commission Chair Scotty Anderson told attendees COVID concerns prevented them from meeting in person.
It's Thursday, September 22nd, 2022. We are trying to deliver third and final notice on demand. And we are just trying to get better data than what they sent us before. So we got some success, we got some response, but we can do better, I think. So that's what we are here today for, and let's do it. This is what I was able to do, with this only from the files. So we generated some chart. There was a lot of ballots which came after the election day. So those are all questions spelled out on those requests. So if you can just timestamp and again, thank you for following up because you promised for us to have a response, but we got the response. So, excuse me, do you know Auli E10? She works here because she sent us some answers to our questions. So I want to thank her for sending us those answers.
The originals and
Perfect. Thank you so much.
And then I had just a few questions. So we had the testimonies. Can you explain the follow-up after that?
What do you mean?
So for the people, we gave testimonies. So what happens now? In the sense, do they have a meeting about that? Do we get information back? Is there going to be any updates, discussion, questions that were even brought up?
So I believe they entered executive session following the testimony.
Yes.
So any discussion of the testimony was made during executive session.
Okay, but again, so how do we get those answers?
I'm not sure what the next step would be.
You're not sure? So how could I follow up with that through email?
That may be the best.
Okay, and then, so the session though, their executive session, is that aired online? Because I know the testimonies were.
No.
Okay, is there a reason for that?
I believe that's normal procedure for meetings.
Normal, you believe, or you know?
That's not really my area of expertise.
Okay.
There's nothing normal about that.
Yeah, because what I'm curious is like they're hearing everything and then the actual discussion. And I'm gonna just give you an example, and the reason why I'm asking is, so the Board of Education, they have a meeting, it gets aired to the public, like all of it, all the testimonies, everything, along with their discussions. So that's what I'm curious with is the lack of transparency in this department. And BOE is also volunteers as well. So again, I was a little confused in the process here, and I do want to do the follow-up in that. And if I can get the information and actually knowing if that's their normal procedure and then how to change that so the people can actually see what they're discussing.
Yeah, go ahead and submit your questions.
Okay.
Thank you so much.